Hi everyone, welcome to Blind Date with a Book. This is my uh, recording for my BMKT marketing class for digital marketing and social media management. I'm Hero Doucette and my pronouns are they, them. Today we're going over the target market, trade shows, SWOT analysis, product placement, price, and promotion for Blind Date with a Book. So, blind date with a book. The target market, the demographics are book lovers, readers of all ages, gift buyers, and blind box shoppers. Um, then we have trade shows. The trade shows that I chose for this were Queer Book Fair, Millennium Library. This is the actual name of the book fair. Made in Manitoba Book Fair. Again, what the book fair was called was Made in Manitoba. And then Valentine's Market, U of M, SOMI. SOMI is the Student of Manitoba Initiative. It's one of the student unions, and it was their Valentine's Market. So let's talk a little bit more about that. So, the Queer Book Fair at the Millennium Library, it joins Manitoba's largest bookish event that celebrates 2S LGBTQIA plus stories and spaces, including authors, readings, creative workshops, crafting, and vendors with 25 local authors, publishers, and bookish marketers. The event was on the second floor, and the third floor of the Millennium Library. And then there was the Winnipeg Queer Book Fair on Instagram that you could follow, as well as Ravens and Books for program updates. That was in 2024. Then Made in Manitoba, another book fair. I believe that the first one was in 2024, of the first one there. Then the Made in Manitoba Book Fair, the first one was last year, 2025. Come explore a market of Manitoba publishers, highlighting vibrant writing publishing industry in our province, meeting folks who bring your favorite or soon to be favorite books to life. Again, was a good bookish event. I have my ear to the ground that there's going to be another one soon, but I don't know when exactly that will be. Probably in the summer, I think. And then one that I personally participated in this past Valentine's was the Valentine's Market at the U of M with the Student Union SOMI. The University of Manitoba Faculty of Arts Student Body Council, which is the ASBC, and the SOMI Student Organized Marketing Initiative, as part of the Valentine's Week event, had general information for the February 9th from 9 a.m. to 4 a.m. in the second floor of the University Center, NPR. And I actually did actively participate in this Valentine's Market selling Blind Date with a Book. So let's get on to our SWOT analysis. Our SWOT analysis, we have strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Our strengths are that these are low-cost, thrifted, and gently used books. It helps bridge gaps between reader slumps to try new books that might otherwise get overlooked. And then the weaknesses, not all shoppers enjoy buying blind books, so it has a limited buying potential. Opportunities, it has shop local, has been growing trend with the current economic and political climate and supporting a small business or crafter that's LGBTQIA and disabled persons. And then the threat. People might not buy what they they don't know they're getting, and they spend money on bookish items such as tea stickers. They might rather spend their money on the tea, the stickers, the bookmarks, other things. When money is tight, they'd rather spend it on those small items rather than buying a larger item such as a blind date with a book. So let's get into the four P's. We have product. Blind Date with a Book is a fun reading activity that encourages readers where a book is wrapped usually in brown paper. It gives hints and clues about the genre, mood, theme, hiding the title and the author to encourage readers to discover new stories. Blind Date with a Book encourages readers to read a wide range of authors, genres, and stories outside of their comfort zone and to look beyond the cover to help break a reading slump, find unexpected favorites, and many blind date with a book include tea and stickers. So some of the benefits of this is it's a wrapped surprise, it's wrapped to hide the identity of the book, the title, the author is a surprise for the reader, sending them on a literary adventure. It also has descriptive clues, giving clues to uncover the identity of the book and pique the interest. Discovery helps readers discover new genres, new stories, and overlooked books. And added extras, teas, hot chocolates, coffees, mugs, socks, pens, annotation supplies, stickers, and other little extras are often included. Then we have the placement. Where are these books found? Blind Date with a Book can be tricky to find a place for. It has to be the right balance between where the audience is and the marketing in general is a toss in the air where you're going to find readers. So the market creates needs to be centered towards readers. So at libraries, bookstores, having bookish events, it will be a lot easier to find your readers and to find people who will want to read Blind Date with a Book. You also want to look at your online readers and where they specifically are. So specific hashtags such as Bookstagram for Instagram and Book Talk for TikTok. So libraries, bookstores, online storefronts, reading markets, book fairs, bookish events, and as I said, Instagram for Bookstagram and TikTok, Book Talk. Then we have the price. Now, I did some extensive research into this. I found that the middle price was about $14. As we can see here, this is a screenshot from Amazon. It says Blind Date with a Book, bookish gifts, romance books, uh, blind date book talks, dating, blind date. It has all the keywords in there. It's 14.96. There were many different variations of it, and then it gives all the other information down here, and it's quite a cute little package. They can range from about $5 to $40 is about the smaller range of it, depending on the venue, the books used, the added extras, the style of the blind date with a book. The products within many of the simpler designs are on the cheaper end, about $10 to $15, with more elaborate designs adding extras increasing to about 40 to 50 on the higher end. However, I did also do more research. So we have this is an Etsy one. It was about 14.27 plus shipping. This one's again from Amazon. It was 14.97, and that was with a discount. And it was like quite fancy with this nice blue paper and fancy stickers. And then there was more bookish boxes that had more in-depth items in it, such as those big items that we talked about, mugs and socks and things. And that one was $144.66. So prices you can vary from $14 to $144 for Blind Date with a Book. The bundles depend on where they're sold, what the add-ins are, uh, how much they are, how much is with them, how aesthetically pleasing they are. If they're book boxes, they are going to have those larger items, as I said, and they'll have bundles with candles, mugs, socks, and stationery. Then we get into the promotional. So for me specifically, this is what my promotional schedule looked like for the Valentine's market. We did social media posts, scheduling on Instagram and Facebook on the following days. I did Wednesday the 4th, items for sale, Thursday the 5th, marketing info, Friday the 6th, items for sale. Friday the 6th, items for sale price change, because I had a price change with the blind date with the book. Then we had Saturday the 7th, donation info because I had a donation jar. Saturday the 7th, I had a anti-capitalist Valentine's, which I posted a um, Substacks, which is a uh, article that I wrote. Sunday the 8th, marketing info, so about where my table was going to be, and then February the 9th, items for sale besides the blinding of the book. And then we'll give you a look at what those look like. So this is what the promotionals look like. I gave a Valentine's market information. It says, "Hi, I'm a vendor." It gives the date and time. It says where it's going to be. And then there's a picture of my image that I use for writing under the moon, which is what I sell books under. We also have the Valentine's market information for the blind date with a book. I was originally going to sell it for about $5, and then the price change here in the middle for $15 because I'd done that research and found that maybe I was underselling it a little bit. And then finally, we have the Valentine's market. Here's some of the photos from the market, me with my one of my blind date with the books right here. My table all set up. I had many things on it, art, stickers, lots of different things on the table. And then finally, just a picture of the books that I was selling. So thank you for watching. I'm going to leave you with this quote. A book is a garden, an orchard, a storehouse, a party, a companion by the way, a counselor, a multitude of counselors. This quote is by Charles Baudelaire. So thank you for joining me. I've been Kira Doucette. I'm a marketing student for digital marketing and social media management. And you can find my blind date with a book on Instagram as Kira the Bard and under Linktree as Writing Under the Moon Ink on Linktree. And that will lead you to all my other links. Thank you for joining us today and have a great day.